welcome to the pantry. Of course, I can do a quick pantry tour for you. I am down here labeling because I have a lot of stuff I've been adding in here and I'm going to be adding in here. What happens to me is if I add stuff new on top, the older stuff underneath doesn't get used. So I have to spin it around, pull everything out, put the newer stuff on the bottom and the older stuff on the top so that I use it in the correct order. But yes, let's see what some of this stuff is. Now I'm going to grab one of these Honeycrisp apples from fall and some potatoes because I don't have any more upstairs. All right, at the top here we have mostly pickled things, and that is pickled peppers, pickled zucchini, pickled mixes, which are my favorite, chow chow that I just moved over here because there's hardly any left, actual pickles that are not my favorite, dilly beans. So that's awesome. I also throw single items up here on this top shelf. So something like onion soup is just randomly placed. And then we had a bunch of space, so we just filled it in with this because our pickles from last year got eaten this much. So we have a ton left over for this season. Here we have a hot sauce, and then we have flavor, which is our form of ketchup, and then what's left of our salsas. And then this is something I just canned, and it is that baby corn from my garden that I saved before I went on my trip. Next, we kind of have some sweet stuff, and even though pepper jelly is sweet, it's still a jelly, so I have it over here. So we have pepper jelly, we have apple pepper jelly, we have a tomato onion balsamic conserve, I have a ground cherry jam from last year, strawberry jam from last year. This is a mistake, an apple sugar that I just kept. This is zucchini with pineapple juice that I love as a sugar substitute. I've got some random celery over here. There's only 2 left. Some OJ that I use in recipes. And we have some kiwi strawberry juice, which I'm actually going to grab one of these because I'm craving. Coming on to this side is the blueberries that I just preserved in juice. And I used the coconut sugar for that one, so I can't wait to try that. The peach hot sauce from last year. We have Tobago sauce, which is kind of like really good hot sauce. It has very fruity, put it that way. And then I've got some candied peppers and some candied sweet relish. On the next shelf, we've got some apple pie filling. We've got some applesauce with cinnamon, apple scrap jam for the past 2 years, 2020 and 2021. Maple brown sugar up there. We've got some syrups. We've got that corn cob syrup that I made, a ground cherry syrup. Then I've just got some couple little small relishes just stashed in there because of the size of their container. All of our strawberry jam from this season. I've got some plum sauce and more strawberry jam, and then these carrots that are plain that I've just been using in my baking, which is why I have them on the side with the sweet stuff. Jumping over to this side, we have the new rutabagas that I just canned and some hot pepper relish. That was the last batch I made last season. Hot apples. These won't last long in our house because it's apple and onions and my kids absolutely love those. There's only 3 barbecue sauce left. 1 maple and 2 peach. This is new this season. Just some peppers that I hurry up and pickled before we went on vacation, and some plain green beans. Some butter that I did last fall. Only 2 left of this onion jam. It's an onion balsamic jam. It's really good. Pickled onions, one of my favorite things. And then candied carrots, just a great side dish. They're maple candied. So good on the shelf. Let's take a look down here. And we really are into like the meats and older stuff. So some of these meats I'm trying to use quicker than the other ones, so that's why I have them on a top shelf. But this was a lamb soup. Oh my god, it's so good with spinach. Yummy. What's left of our pasta sauce, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna bring this up since there's only 1 left. Then we've got a ton of pulled pork that I just did. Pork bot. There's some plain chicken there. Lots of what's left of the pepper relish from 2 years ago. We've got some ready-made meatballs that'll be great for summer meals, and taco meat that'll be awesome to use up also. Chicken soup, in case anybody gets sick. You always need to have that on hand. Plain chicken that we actually just did. Some stocks. Of course, we have some lamb meat and more chicken. And then we've got some more chicken soup. Turkey stock. We've got pumpkin from last year, lots of lard that we've canned up, and then mixed veg from the previous year. So those are actually from 2020, and we need to use those up first. My favorite things that we can, because I like to have it ready on hand all the time, is chili. And then we've got some syrups over here. I've got some apple pie filling, what's left of our potatoes. We've got some blueberry cranberry juice that I made, some lemon juice that I threw in here, some corncob syrup, some pork stock, which is something different that I use a lot of that you can't really buy. At the bottom, when I was doing my pantry challenge, I started stocking dry goods. So it's a lot of flours, sugars, oats, nuts, all that kind of stuff, breadcrumbs, all those goodies.